Good morning, everyone. This is Kathy from Vintage Paint and More, bringing to you another craft session of Talking with Kathy. I write the blog Vintage Paint and More you can find it at vintagepaintandmore.com, where I share tutorials of crafts and DIYs. Lots of fun stuff over there that I like to upcycle and recycle things. I'm also an independent Chalk Couture designer, and today I'd like to share with you one of my projects that I just thought would be really cute to do. So I'm going to be using the stretched art canvas, and these are so versatile. You can do so many different things with them. Today I'm not going to do the framed one, but if you wanted to, you could remove this canvas from the frame, paint the frame, and then do your design. You can either use the back side, which is almost a linen-y feel. It's just very nice and vintage looking, or like this one, I actually painted it with some craft paint, kind of an ivory color, and that's what we're going to go with today. I'm going to be using It's So Good to Be Home and the boho flowers, or actually it's modern floral. I'm sorry, I said the name wrong. You may have seen this one that I used before because I did I didn't do a video on it, but I did do the top of my table that we have on our front porch with this one, and it turned out really nice. You can do this either with one color all over, or you can actually, like what I did was, I actually did each flower in a different color, did the leaves with some different greens and the berries in different colors, and it turned out really pretty. It takes a little bit longer to do. You have to do it with the lift and the paste and lift method, but the results are very, very, very gratifying. I mean, I just loved when it was done. Now what I'm going to do is basically, this is a very big transfer. It's 18 by 18. Quite honestly, in order for you to see it, let me do it this way. Okay, I don't usually do it this way, but with these big ones, when I'm doing something smaller on them, I like to just leave it partially on the backing. That way they don't fold back on it themselves and create a big mess for me later on trying to get it off. Okay, first I'm going to lay down this transfer, the modern floral. And you know what? I forgot to get a book. Just a second here. When you do one of these, if you put a book under the canvas itself, you will have more of a stable surface to chalk on. If you don't, it kind of dips, and then you can have problems with it. If you're just joining us, say hi. Tell me where you're from. I get a kick out of that. And let me know what it's like where you're at today. I know it's going to be hot, hot, hot here. So hot, I'm not going anywhere. It's going to be a hibernate in the house day. All right, this canvas is a 14-inch canvas. So I'm going to go down 14 inches by 3. All right, I'm going to make each section about 4 inches. Let me see. What did I do with my other transfer? Oh goodness, I've lost my other transfer. Oh, there it is. Oh, I'm kind of lost today. This one measures right at 5 inches. So 5 from 14 is 9. Divided by 2 would be 4.5 inches. Okay, so don't mind my math. Sometimes I get a little lost in my projects. So I'm going to go down about 4.5 inches Now let me see, 5, and then it's actually 4. All right, let's do 4. 4 down and 4 up. All right, this is our tape that is that you can lay on your surfaces to measure and make sure that you have your transfers lined up, but I like to use it to mask off areas. And basically what I'm going to do is mask off this area right here, 4 inches. Make sure I'm really actually 4 inches. 4 inches, 4 inches, 4 inches. Okay, this does take a bit of time to get it on here right, but it's well worth it in the end. All right, let me make sure I've got these right now. Let's see. 4, 4. Okay, down just a little tiny bit here. And 4. Okay, we got it. All right, now what I'm going to do is chalk down to the line, and then I'm going to chalk up to the line and leave the center open. I know this sounds a little crazy, but it will make a really pretty design when we're done. I actually missed the mark there. Okay. 4. Let me go over here and do 4. Whoa, let's see. How did I get off? Actually off on this side. Okay, 4, 4, 4. Okay, we got it. Now, that does take a little bit of time, but this way you won't be getting chalk where you don't want it. I don't know what this method's called. I guess a blocking method. It's a little bit different than what I usually do, a little more involved. Can you see everything here? Let's see. Yeah, okay. Okay, so I'm going to be using the color Eucalyptus. And I don't know if you've been watching me lately, but I have fallen in love with this color, and it has become my new all-time go-to color. It's just very vintagey. It's, I don't know how to describe it. It just turns out so nice on these boards and on the canvases, and I love it. So you want to stir your chalk paste up and make sure that it's the consistency of sour cream or yogurt. And I like to go all the way around the jar and get it all stirred in. This is feeling just a bit thick this morning, so since it's a large surface we're going to be doing, I'm going to put a couple of squirts of water in there, distilled water, and stir it up some more. All right, there we go. So now we're just going to put it on here where I've got it blocked off. Take my squeegee and start covering the area with the squeegee. All the way across. This is so easy to do. Basically, what I like to say is if you can put butter on toast, you can do this, because that's all it is just spreading chalk across the surface. Very simple. Then you just squeegee it off and put it back in the jar so that you don't waste any of it. So now what I'm going to do is what's called the lift method. And I'm going to lift this up. See how pretty that is? And I'm actually going to dry this area. Okay, now I'm going to lay this back, and if you feel like you might not have it completely dry, you can just put something there to hold it up there. All right, now then I'm going to do the bottom blocked area with the same color, eucalyptus. And again, we're just going to squeegee it on, covering all the white areas. And I didn't tell you about the transfers, but they are silk screen transfers. And as you can see, they're the white areas, those are the silk screen itself. And what's so unique about these is those silk screened areas actually make these the ability for them to have more detail than what you get with stencils. These are precise. The detail is amazing that you get off of them, and as you're going to see here in a minute, the images are just absolutely gorgeous. All right, that's all for the eucalyptus, and we're going to lift this side, this end. And I'm going to take this out. Oops, this folded back a little bitty bit. If your transfer folds back on itself, don't panic. Just put it in some cold water and work with it and pull it apart. It's usually all you have to do. I'm going to pick this up for a minute. Set it aside, because I gotta lay this transfer back down. Man, I need more room on my desk, or find me a new spot to do these lives. All right, I'm just gonna lay it back down on the mat for tonight, for right now, and then I'll take it into the kitchen sink and clean it. Then see, the tape doesn't hurt your transfer at all. You can just pull it right up. It doesn't stick real tight, but tight enough for you to get the lines that you want. Well, I got eucalyptus on my fingers. Let me wash it off. I can't craft or chalk without getting it all over me. So, and I definitely don't want to touch that canvas again until I do. Because if you know me, or if you're like me, you'll have it all over your canvas and have to clean it. All right, boy, talk about this process is really cool and it's fun, but I seem to be getting it everywhere today. Let me clean this up a little bit so I don't get it on my canvas. These are just disinfectant wipes that you can use to clean your canvas, your transfers, and different things to get the chalk off of. And here we go. This is what it looks like now. You've got your design, and then you've got your blocked area here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and dry excuse me, dry this again. Just because I want to make sure that it's totally dry. And now I need my book back. And put it right here again to give me surface that is solid. And I'm going to put the It's So Good to Be Home in here. Now, this transfer is retiring, but there are still a few that you can get online. But it is selling out fast. All right. It's so good to be home. And now then, I'm going to use black for this part. And again, you want to stir it up real well. And this is almost empty. I mean, we're at the bottom of it, but there's still plenty in here for probably 3 or 4 more projects at least. So you just keep stirring it up. And in fact, I'm going to put a little bit of water in here because just from using it yesterday, it's dried out a little bit. That usually doesn't happen, but mine sits here with the lids off while I'm doing lives, and it is out in the open a lot longer than if you were just doing a project on your own would be. All right, let's put this on here. Again, we're just going to squeegee across. Our chalk paste comes in 30 different colors. Every season when they bring out a new catalog, they bring out 5 en vogue colors that are strictly for that catalog. And they're usually ones that go very well with the transfers that have been introduced for that season. We just released our fall winter catalog a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to tell you, there are some amazing things in there. Just gorgeous. I'm going to be doing a Christmas in July next week. You definitely don't want to miss it, where I'm going to be showing you a lot of the product from there. You just lift it, and there you go. You've got a project that's totally, a little gnat here too, totally looks like you bought it at the home store. Very, very pretty. I really like the way this turned out. I love the detail of the flowers, and it's so good. I really like this. It's so darn cute. It's amazing. I've been doing this for 2 years, and I still get shocked every time I pull up a transfer and get done with a project. I really like this one. Could I say that one more time? I really like this one. So this one, like I said, it's on a canvas, a stretch art canvas. If you wanted it to have a frame, if you did it on a canvas, you just merely take the canvas off and paint your frame and then staple the canvas onto the back of your frame. These canvases have real nice little frames behind them, and I don't know, you may have seen this one that I did the other day, and this is one where the canvas was taken off and stapled onto the back. And I used no, actually this is a painted one too, painted with an ivory color. Sometimes I get on these kicks, but I do love using this side because it's fabric, and it turns out really nice when you do it. It looks very vintage, and this would go very well in anybody's home. Even though it's a modern floral, I think it would look good everywhere. So basically that's it. Don't forget, follow me on Vintage Paint and More. If you want to get into the Chalking with Kathy VIP group, I have lots of sales and bundles and tips and tricks and different things over there that are different from what I do over here. I'm would be thrilled to have you there. We have going to be having the Christmas with in July over at Chalking with Kathy next week, and if you want to get in on that, because there's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of new stuff, then come head on over there and join us with that. And this Thursday I'm having a Facebook party that you can join. The event, just click on the event there at the side, and you'll find it. So until tomorrow, have a great day, try to stay cool, and thanks for joining me today. Bye.